Good morning, y'all. Well, we didn't get as much rain as we thought we were going to, even though the weatherman is still predicting 3 inches. It started out yesterday morning. He was predicting 2 inches. Now it's up to 3 inches by tomorrow. So we'll see. So I thought I'd get out here with tow truck this morning and come over here and see about smoothing out that hole I was telling you about. And evidently that hole was a lot deeper than I anticipated. So tow truck met her match this morning. So I came out here to fire up the pump. The pump ran good for a few minutes and then it shut back off again. So then I thought I'll bring tow truck over here and smooth this out and let this start draining. But then this happened, and I will show you here in just a second. Oh, the vultures are out this morning. Mom and daddy vulture. So again, came out here. Oh, look at this, y'all. Tow truck met her match, fell off in that hole there, and that was it. Game over. So fortunately, I can come over here and I can pull it out pretty easy. I thought sure it would go right through there. I didn't realize that was that deep because evidently all the mud had settled in there. So it felt like it was pretty good, but evidently not. So that's what we got to do. So fortunately, I can come over here and I can get Bertha and we can just bebop over here, hook a chain to it real fast and just pull it out. I won't get stuck on none of this right here. So it was just that one hole. That's where I almost got stuck with Bertha the other day, and that's the reason I backed out of it and just left it alone. But I thought sure the tow truck would go right through that, but evidently it was deeper than I thought. So no worries. So let's get her fired up and make it happen. All right, I'll be back. So we got tow truck out. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here with all of this. And hopefully I got my mics working again, so hopefully y'all can hear me this morning. But you can see where the water right here is stopping up right there. So I basically got to just kind of make that opening right there and make it go down through there. Because that's back in there is where we're going to put the other pond. So we want all this excess water to flow that way. So I guess in a way I'm grateful for a lot of the rain, because it is showing me where I need to make these ditches at, and and make things flow around here perfectly. Well, ain't really no such thing as perfect, but you know what I mean. Close enough for any government work anyway, right? So let's make this happen. Alright, so she's flowing again, at least down into there. Hopefully it'll just raise up enough, it'll just do its thing there. See if I can slide the bucket around here a little bit. So it'll flow down into there, and it should make its way out of there. Unfortunately, I can't get back in there too far with this thing right now, but at least the water's got somewhere to go now, and it'll work its way down. You can see it's still steady flowing, so but now it's starting to sprinkle, so time to get Bertha up out of this hole. So alright, well, she's not stuck, but you know what I mean, get it out of the mud hole back here. So I'll bring you back here in just a short and let you see what happened. Alright, well, we finally got this thing to dry up good enough where the bolts are not moving, the nuts are not moving it out at all. So we got our new filter here. We're going to set our new filter in, and we're gonna see about getting this thing worked on putting back together. And I agree with many of you that said something about getting the fin straightener there for the inside. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. So I got some lock washers I'm going to put on there, and we're going to tighten this thing down. So let me see what I can do about getting that done. So at least this part will be done. Might help if I put it on the right way. But the nuts are working good. I snugged them down a little bit to make sure that they were going to hold okay. And we got her going on here. No, I can't, I know my desk here, or my bench here is pretty unorganized, but that's because I've got to move all of that stuff right there so I can put another one of these up and help, one, finish this bench out, and two, so all of this can go up there and I can organize this better and have more room on a workbench. So I am working on that, y'all. In fact, while it's raining outside, that's what I plan on working on. I thought I had a fin comb in here, and I've been looking through the trailer and all my other stuff, and I don't have one. So looks like we're just sucking that up for another day, and hopefully I can go to Harbor Freight tomorrow and pick one up. Because as you can see, like down in here, it doesn't look all that bad. There on the bottom, it does look a little bad. So I am going to try and straighten a few of them out and see if I can't make that happen and get her back together. I know I'm ready to get working on the rest of this stuff. Like here, let me show you this up here. We got these pins right here. These need to be replaced. And there was one other thing that really needed to be done ASAP, but that was the main priority there. Jeff has got a couple of implements he wants to be able to put on here, and with them pins being the way they are, those other implements are just going to cause those to break. And what's going to happen is if one of this part right here breaks, then that's game over for this machine. I mean, they can be welded, and chances are they will hold, but it's not recommended. If you try to push too hard on it one time, that weld's gonna break. That is solid steel right there, y'all. So it's not like it's a tubing of any type. That is solid. And if you try to weld it, you're not gonna penetrate it all the way through, especially, you know, 1.5 inch thick steel. So it is what it is. They do have what they call a line bore system that they do on these machines. When the pins wear out and the holes wear out, they will put a line bore on them. Basically, they go through there and they drill it out, and then they weld it back in, fill it all with weld, and then they go back in there and they bore it back out, and that fits the pin precisely. I have seen these machines work, and they work very, very well. So I told Jeff that's probably his best bet for that. Go have that done, put some new pins in it, and he won't have to worry about this machine for a good while. Everything else that I can see on this machine so far is in pretty good shape. So I think that's what I'm going to have him do, recommend him to do. It's not that expensive, and it's a whole lot cheaper than replacing one of them arms right there. Because one of them arms takes a big machine to do that. So anyway, we're going to get this part done, and I want to see about getting the fin comb. And or I'm just going to take a pick and work at it for a little bit today, because there's not, like I said, there's not very many of them on that part of it that really have to worry about. It's only the bottom. So other than that, I think it'll be all right. So we're going to leave it at that for now. Now that I know that this is not real hard to take apart and get out of there, we're going to go ahead and do that. We do need an in-cab filter As you can see, this one's pretty shot. So, yep. No sense even trying to clean it, but here's the numbers on it. So Jeff, if you're watching, check the numbers out. Or at least I'll have it on video so I can reference it and I can get him to order it. He did say he wanted to get a few parts ordered now, so and I'm not even sure about these pins, how bad they are, but I know this thing flops around pretty bad, so we might be able to just fix it with pins. I don't know yet. I don't know if it's the pins wore out or if it's the actual hole wore out, and we won't know until I get it all back together, get it fired up, and release the bucket off the front. So we'll find that out soon enough. In the meantime, I'm gonna see about cleaning this up and get this back together. See you in short. All right, well, we got her sitting back in there. 2 of my bolts fell down underneath the track here, so I gotta try and find them. But I got her sitting in place, so now I just gotta pull her all together. I did get a bunch of the pins straightened out with a pin. Only I couldn't get a camera in there to hold it and watch it, you know, so you could see it. But I got a bunch of them straightened out. There was really only maybe 8 or 10 that were really bad. The bottom of that coil that y'all seen all mashed up is actually the side. And air was flowing through it pretty good with the air compressor. So I think we're gonna be okay. So in the meantime, let me see if I can get these bolts out of there. And as you can see, we're getting her back in there. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so let me show you what we got. So when you're putting the cab down like this, okay, this does wanna rock back and forth a little bit, okay? So what you gotta do, you just gotta be careful. And what I've done here is I just put a big clamp on it, big C clamp on it. I just happen to have one that was still working. And I just kind of shifted it over a little bit by hand, super easy. And just put a clamp on it. And it pulls it down just enough to where you can get the nut started on there, and it's good to go. But pretty much got her back together. I've got to tighten the bolts down on the cab, and we should be rocking and rolling. Then I'm going to fire her up and see if the AC is kicking on. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, got her back together. Fan still doesn't want to come on, so I'm going to pull it out here and put a hot wire to the fan now. When I did some research on it, there is a little module inside there that says sometimes the fan will kick on. It's like it's a type of relay that goes through the fan, and tells the fan whether to be high or low speed. And they said if the fan locks up, sometimes that can burn out when you're if you keep trying to turn the fan on, and it doesn't work. So we're gonna back it out of the shop here and put it in some light, and I'm gonna test that thing out and see if I can't get the fan to work that way. So I'll be back. Good morning, everybody. Well, I really tried to get a video out to you yesterday, but then it started pouring on me, flooded the shop, all that kind of good stuff. You know, that couple inches of rain that was supposed to turn into 3 ended up turning into 5.5. It just now got a little bit of a break in the rain, but I really wanted to record this morning. For one, this is Happy Memorial Day. Even though many of you spend this Memorial Day thinking about barbecuing and hanging out with family and the day off of work and all that kind of stuff, when this day is really about the fallen heroes. You know, the ones that sacrificed, made the ultimate sacrifice for all of us to be able to speak English and speak whatever language we feel like, and speak whatever we want whenever we want. Freedom of speech, protecting the Constitution, all that kind of good stuff. So, as probably quite a few of you know, my mom was a veteran. My mom is an honored veteran at that. And she is buried in Arlington Cemetery, Arlington, Virginia. And makes me very, very proud, you know, to be her son. And again, my mom passed away on this weekend, of all weekends to pass away. You know, being a veteran and Memorial Day and all that stuff, that made it even more special to me. And This is say supposed to be around water every weekend, every Memorial Day weekend since then, since her passing. I have spent it either on a river, on a lake, near water, just hanging out and enjoying it, you know, and celebrating. Well, this is say with all this rain today, we are not celebrating much of anything other than flooding. So, you know, I still want to keep this on a happy note. Even like I said, even though with all the stuff we've got going on around here, let me show you around out here a little bit, y'all, just so you can see some of this. Oh, if I can hold the camera straight here. Look at this. This is water just flowing everywhere. So, you know, I know you get tired of seeing it, but I just, this is how much rain we've had. Now, I had this pumped down yesterday. I had the other one out there pumped down yesterday. And that's just, it gives you an idea how much rain we've got. Sorry about the bouncing here, y'all. Trying to shoot on a selfie stick today with the GoPro. And it's not one of them ones that's real stable and got a big, nice, big, fancy handle on it. So, so yeah, the shop started flooding, so now I've figured out where the water is coming in at this time. So now I know what I can do about that. Because before I could never see where the water was coming in, but now I can. So now I got an idea of what to do about it. But the nice thing about it, it only floods when it's raining real hard, because the water coming off the roof comes in these, comes in two little spots on this one wall right here. So let me show you that a little bit. So it comes off the roof and hits right here, and then it comes underneath there, and then it comes in that back door. So that's something I've got to address. You know, I built up the dirt around the front here, so that stopped it from going in that way. But it can be handled. That ain't a problem there. So I did get one of the e-bike tires fixed. Still got to get a tube for that one yet. And but I am going to take that tube out of there and see if I can't find a hole and patch it without having to buy another tube. Even though a new tube is probably the better way to go, but that's all right. I can see if I can't patch it. So I'm gonna walk out here and check out the other pond, see how well it's doing. And it looks like it's full like everything else around here. And it's steady flowing outward. So we know this is going to have to be a wide ditch right through here, so that we can be able to drive back and forth through here and get back in here once we're at that point. So we'll just cut a wide ditch off of this pond right here, so that we can drive through it, and that the way when the water does get to a certain point, it will overflow and go out to the big pond. Same thing with all those puddles back there. That's eventually will all go back around that way. Just a muddy mess, y'all. We were actually looking forward to being on the lake this weekend, you know, thinking Memorial Day weekend, go out and hang out the lake, but it's actually cold. I mean, it's 60, so 50, I think it was 59 or 60 earlier. So it's enough. You see, I got a jacket on, I got my Carhartt on, so it's cold enough for that. I mean, it's not like bitterly cold, but for us, 60 is quite chilly. And you know, according to weather, we're supposed to get another 5-6 days of nice clear weather. So with 5-6 days of dry and no rain, this will dry out pretty good, and we'll be able to get some more of this done. I am going to start working on some of that here soon, right there, getting that pile gone. As you Many of you seen Mary's been killing it out there on the other parts, cleaning out where we were originally going to have the house pad. But anyway, so I made a decision on this. One of you awesome subscribers had a great idea about, instead of just turning this lean-to into a lean-to, turning it into taking the siding off of this. Excuse me. And because these pieces right here, let me show you. So, you know, the water's coming in the door right there, right? So they said take these pieces of metal off here and use them for the roof. Well, then that means I would have to move everything down this way or expand it. So what I've decided to do is just expand it. I'm going to take all of these pieces off right here. You see the joint right there. I'm going to take all of these pieces off right here, and I'm going to go ahead and expand this down all the way down to this corner right there where the camera is. And we're going to open this up. This way I can use a lot of this on this side as a storage area, you know, and use that back part there as a working area. So I thought, you know what, that might work out really, really good. The roof is pretty much there, so just put another header up there, keep bringing the metal out. Now I did find out I got a couple of leaks up there, so I will be cool sealing that roof here soon. Because some of my stuff got wet, and that tree's got to go. As you can see, that tree, all this water is just making it get bigger and bigger and hitting more and more of the roof. So we're going to go ahead and get that tree out of there. As much as I would like to keep it as shade, it's just way too close to the shop, and it's going to start tearing stuff up. So as you can see, the roof up there needs a little help. You know, like I need to put some more screws down in some of the spots there and what have you like that, and cool seal it. And then I'll just extend that roof out here to this lean-to, and we'll end up getting 20 by 30 out of it, which will make it even nicer. And at some point I may even just take all of that metal off of there and use the whole thing that way. I think that might be even a better option. I did find a couple more 4x4s, so if I could just get them out of there, I can put those out here, and eventually I can side these walls in and you know, complete another shop basically, which would be ideal. Give me a lot more room in there, and then I can bring the trailer out here, and I can park the trailer either back. I would like to have it back behind it if possible. And you know, it's just more dirt moving and stuff like that. So like I said, eventually I would like to have it behind it, with the door, with the side door like right here, the side door right here, and then I can secure stuff inside there with a door access inside the shop. But we'll see how that goes. That's down the road. Right now it's about getting water mitigation and getting the truck going. So all of this that I'm doing here, I'm trying to avoid having to do it 4 or 5 times, you know what I mean? So, and as we see what the water does and all that kind of good stuff, that tells me what I've got to do, where I've got to do it. Now, Smokey did figure out another way to get out yesterday. Gave them all a bath, you know, thinking it's wet outside, they'll want to stay inside and stay dry, right? No. Oh no, not these guys. They all get a bath, then they want to come out here and play in the mud. So, needless to say, he found him another spot, so right there. So I'm gonna have to, and this is where all the water drains, so that's the reason I haven't put any of that dirt up along this side, because all the water comes out of here and drains right down through here. So, looks like I'll be putting a pipe in here and making this all drain that way, and then burying it. So it is what it is, yo. I know some of you have told me that's the most hated saying. I don't care. I don't care what the hated saying is. This is America, And remember, this is Memorial Day too, so you have the right to say whatever you want to. And I say be nice. Be nice, be happy. Don't let everything stress you. Celebrate it. Go thank a veteran. If you don't know any veterans, go make a stop by their gravesite. Say hi. You know? If you believe in that kind of stuff, great. If you don't, think in your head. Thank a veteran. You know? For all of us veterans out there, if it wasn't for us, y'all wouldn't be speaking English. Y'all wouldn't have the freedoms and the rights that you have. And that's one of those things I'm pretty passionate about. So is my mother. For a lot of you that don't know, my mother had a lot to do with the Women's Memorial being built in Arlington, Virginia, at the Arlington National Cemetery. She's got her picture up there and a plaque and the whole 9 yards, and you know, she was pretty passionate about making a lot of that happen. Well, here comes the rain again. So anyway, more mud, more rain. I hope everybody's enjoying it. If it's sunny where you're at, I hope you're enjoying your day there, and saying hi to the veterans, you know, and thanking the veterans, and just enjoying yourself and enjoying that freedom that you have. And if it's you're getting storms and getting hell rained on you, well, remember, stay happy, stay positive. It's not just about the day to barbecue, it's about the day to remember. And remember is important. And take the next weekend, the next dry weekend. Have fun then. Today, if you're raining like we are, sit inside, enjoy the family. Play a video game, do whatever, play some cards, do some family things. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have to get the pump out here when it does stop raining. They're saying it's supposed to stop here in a couple hours, so I'm gonna come out here and get the pump out here, and then I think we're gonna get on the video game and see if we can't play a little bit of video game with each other and have some family time. But I am gonna get the video out to you here in just a minute. I'm going here and edit that. Well, if I don't get poured on, which it's about to start. So anyway, happy Memorial Day, y'all. Don't forget to go thank a veteran, like and subscribe, and come see us at Junktojems, because you never know what kind of junk we're going to turn into a gem. And you never know, that gem, that junk may be you, that we're going to help you turn into a gem. Okay? And I'll be more than happy to help you. So if you got questions, answers, you need answers, if you just want to uplift for a day, come see me. All right? Send me an email. I'll give you some uplift. That's what it's all about. This channel ain't just about building junk. It's about building people and building dreams and showing you that dreams can come true. We are living proof. All right, so we'll see y'all next time. Later, guys.